Hey guys, today I want to make a video talking about my own story of functional medicine, how I stumbled upon it in the first place, and how it has helped me. Really, that comes down to a few different things, but that starts with my own family's history of cardiovascular disease. My grandmother in her 80s passed away from a heart attack. My father had a heart attack in his 60s, so then I'm worried that I'm going to have one in my 40s. And what can I do to avoid that? So upon further examination, I actually find out that I think I was 20 or 21, I was pre-diabetic and I had undiagnosed hypothyroidism. And that explained a lot of the different symptoms I was having, which seemed really out of place for somebody that was young, fairly active. You wouldn't think I was struggling with any of these things. Um, Thankfully, I had a mentor that knew a lot about nutrition, a lot about how the body worked, and he was able to point me down this path. And as I go down the rabbit hole, it leads me to functional medicine. Now that's kind of come full circle. And now I have my own case studies. I have patients that I've helped, and I want to share a few of those really cool cases with you guys now. So, this first case that I'm going to share, I'm really proud of. This is a guy in his late 50s. He's a busy entrepreneur, and we were able to lower his cholesterol levels, optimize his cardiovascular risk without even using medications, no direct supplementation towards the cardiovascular system. And we did that in just the course of a few months. And what we found in this patient is that he actually had an underlying gut infection. He had full-blown SIBO. So every time he ate, he was getting extremely painful and bad bloating. We know that affects the gut barrier. We know that affects inflammation, your immune system, as well as nutrient absorption. So we work to get rid of that gut infection, rebuild his gut barrier, and we retest just, I believe, 2 months later, and we can already see some of these cholesterol levels normalizing, trending in the right direction, or even optimizing in a few cases. And I'll put his lab results here at the end of the slideshow so you can see it. Another case that I had a lot of fun working with was a guy that was my age. And he came to me just because he said he was dragging. He had no energy, no drive to do anything. He didn't want to work out, anything like that. And he just says, what the heck is going on? With him, we were able to find another source of inflammation. Once we take that away, we were able to see his testosterone levels over a course of 3 or 4 months raised naturally by about 300 points. Again, no direct supplementation, no medication, no TRT, anything like that. We're just taking away bad things from the body and repairing it as much as we can naturally. He came in a few months later. He shoots me a text and says, "Man, I feel like a jet engine." I was like, "Okay, that's pretty cool, kind of funny." And the last case that I want to talk about is my own. So again, in my early 20s, I'm already pre-diabetic. I have an undiagnosed hypothyroid condition, and then I also had mold exposure. Symptomatically, that looked like extreme fatigue, low drive. I had a hard time exercising, a hard time concentrating. This is all while I'm in grad school. On top of that, I was very cold all the time. So I remember, middle of summer, I'd have a pullover on and I'd go sit in my car during my lunch break just because it felt warm. Obviously, that's not normal. Um, Slowly but surely, I get away from mold exposure, which helped a ton. Fix up my diet, nutrition, a few lifestyle things, and now, a few months and years down the road, I feel totally fine. My drive is great. I'm happy. I feel like I have my life back. And that's something that I want to share with other people as much as possible. I want them to experience that too. So if they're in a hole, I want them to know, hey, we can dig into this. There might be something that you can do. This isn't how you have to live. So if any of this interests you guys, I am going to be hosting basically a heart health and metabolic workshop here at my Lee Summit office next Wednesday, February 11th. It's going to start at 7 p.m. and I'm going to be covering all the basics, but also get into the nitty-gritty details of what we should be looking for, where cases might have failed, what should our next steps be, and where should we be looking to go from here. So again, I'll have some of those details here in this little slideshow, what to expect, when to be there, where it is, all stuff like that, and then also some of these lab results. But anyway, hope to see you guys there. Hope this helped, and I hope you find a little bit of encouragement from it. So I'll see you on the next one.